Hey y'all, welcome back to Tab Space. So today I have a short video, but it's a conversation that I just feel like needs to be had. Um, let's get into it, y'all. We're only gonna watch a little bit of this video because honestly, like we'll talk about it.
Together with the kids. Kristy and Desmond was recently spotted out together with the kids at Disney World by a supporter. The supporter posted a picture with the caption that says, "Guys, why is everyone talking about them divorcing? I literally just saw them at Disney today together." Well, people in the comments responded to the post. They said it's called co-parenting, probably for the sake of the kids. Just because they're divorcing doesn't mean they can't co-parent. Definitely a trip that was probably planned before the divorce and can't cancel now. Kids would be sad, so they can still do family stuff even if the mom and dad are not together. Desmond already announced it, so it's real. Also, speaking of Kristy and Desmond, people are now putting the blame on Kristy, saying that she is the reason for the divorce after Desmond expressed in his recent post that he was the one that asked for the separation. People are claiming that the signs were there. He looked annoyed. He looked like he was over the marriage. He looked like he wasn't happy. So a lot of people on TikTok are pulling up these videos, but it still doesn't change the fact of how he left. If he probably felt that way, he should have said that before he did anything outside of the marriage. It still don't change the fact that you still stepped outside of the marriage. And it's looking like now the person, whoever you're messing with, is the reason for the divorce versus how you really felt prior to you messing with this person. You get what I'm saying? Y'all leave y'all comments down below. Let me know what y'all thinking when it comes to that. Easy as catch.
All right, y'all. So I'm gonna make myself full screen so we can really have a serious conversation. I understand that a lot of y'all feel as though, these parasocial relationships, or I'm sorry, these people that put themselves on the internet are asking for us to comment on their lives, right? They know what they're signing up for when they decide to be an influencer or a celebrity or whatever the case may be. They should know better, da 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 da, all that. And to an extent, I understand that perspective. I do agree that public figures are going to be talked about whether they like it or not, and that is a part of the job. But that said, can we please bring compassion back in 2026? Like, can we have a little bit of empathy? I'm not asking you to have so much empathy that you just forgive people and allow them to play in your face, but can we have a little bit of empathy? Like, let's really think about it. We have two people that are going through a divorce, they have children involved. They're probably already in enough pain, and then y'all feel as though it's cool to add on to that by picking and choosing who's right, who's wrong. Who cares who's right and who's wrong? These people are divorcing. I like the fact that the people in the comments got that person together. Like, yeah, they're co-parenting. Duh. Like, what do you think? You thought that they were just not going to spend time with their children together because they're going through a divorce? They're still legally married right now. So all that, like, oh, why are y'all saying they're getting a divorce? We don't know. We don't know if they're going to end up working it out and staying together. We don't know if they're going to get a divorce, but the information that we currently have is that they're getting divorced. And then on top of that, it wasn't them that came out and said we're getting a divorce. TMZ, with they minding everybody else's business booties, went scrubbing through court documents. How they know when to look through for certain court documents, I don't know. Maybe they just like hop online first thing in the morning and just read every case that's been filed to in LA. Maybe that's the way they go about it. I don't know how they're doing it, but they're finding a way to figure things out before public statements are made. That said, like paparazzi within itself, I don't respect paparazzi. It's because imagine these are human beings at the end of the day. No matter what job they have, these are still human beings. Imagine you're walking around and you're going through a divorce and you got to look over your shoulder and you got people following you around with cameras and doing what this supporter, quote unquote supporter, was doing. It's crazy. Y'all tend to forget that these are human beings as well. And they're probably hurting enough going through the divorce. Then y'all got to get in their comment sections talking about how could you? How dare you? Oh, it's your fault. And y'all always quick to blame the woman. Like, please, who cares who's to blame? At the end of the day, both people are going through a very tough time. And if they need anything, they need some compassion and understanding, no matter what happened. but everybody want to get online and attack these people while they're already going through it. Why do we not understand you don't punch down? When somebody's already going through it, you don't need to put them through it even further. If y'all wanted to comment on this months after they're already actually divorced, somebody finds a new partner, whatever, you know, I don't even necessarily think that that's the right thing to do, but at least give these people some time. They just filed like last month or something like that. Like the parasocial relationships, it's getting out of hand. Like people are too comfortable speaking on businesses that not theirs. People are too comfortable making assumptions, jumping to conclusions. And again, we're not there. We don't know these. I don't know any of, if y'all know these people personally, please correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know them personally. So I'm not about to sit here and get online and be like, this is whose fault it is. This is who did this wrong and did that wrong. And then the comment about, oh, the content, you could tell y'all real quick about picking up red flags in other people's situations and lives, but y'all don't pick up the same red flags in yours. Like, I promise you, most of these people that get online, oh, I see red flags, I see signs. At one point or another, you ignored some red flags. You might be currently ignoring some red flags, sleeping next to that man or woman that you sleep next to every day. But you feel like it's cool for you to comment on it. Your stuff, uh your situation ain't on Front Street. So we don't know, and I'm sure that there are situations that most of these people that are commenting have been through where people could say the same thing to them. You should have seen the red flags. You should have known better. You should have done better. Da 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 da. What does that do for you in the aftermath when you're going through a divorce or you're going through a breakup or you're going through a really tough time in life? How's that contributing to the situation to do that? And then the the red flags y'all are pointing out was literally a facet of their content. Chrissy would do crazy, outlandish things, and Desmond would seem stressed out and irritated almost. And that was the joke. That was the funny part about it. That was literally like the entire part of their satire. It was just, it was content. And that's the thing. Someone can, just like somebody can emulate looking happy, someone can emulate being irritated. Maybe he was irritated in some of those videos. I don't know. I wasn't there. Even if I was, you don't know what somebody's actually thinking unless they tell you that. Y'all with the body language and stuff, yeah, you can read people's body language and it can tell you a lot. But at the end of the day, every person does things differently. One person's body language, something that someone does with their body language, could mean something completely different in somebody else's body language. You cannot run with that as though it's fact. It's opinion. That's subjective. Someone's body language is subjective. You could think this person seems irritated or annoyed. I could think that this person is humored by a situation. And that's all because of our perspective. But can we please chill out with the whole let's dogpile on these people when they're already down? How would y'all feel if people were doing that every time you went through a major life event? You lost a job. You got people in your comments telling you, how could you? You should have known better. You should have done better. You could have da 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 and da 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 da. You're going through some financial hardship, but you think that in I'm sorry, in that situation I'm bringing up, you're going through some financial hardship. You think that you would like for someone to dogpile on top of your financial hardship, whether it's your fault that you lost your job or not? You think you want people commenting on that? You go through a breakup. You got people telling you how wrong you were, everything you did wrong, everything you could have done better, everything that they saw that you didn't. What's that doing for you? It's not going to help you heal. It's not going to make anything better. And what, like what? What's coming of that? Nothing but karma. Because when you say these things and you do these things to people, and you, oh, that would never be me, could never be me. I know better. I da 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 da. Those are the people that usually go through it. The exact thing that they be talking about, they go through it. I've experienced it myself doing it, and I've experienced it from other people telling me I never do this, I never do that, and then turn around a few years later, they over here apologizing to me because they would do that, and they did do that. So just be careful, y'all. Like, just give people compassion. I get it. They're on the internet, they're influencers, they make all this money, And y'all feel as though money is just the root of all happiness, and you could have all this money and that means that you're not allowed to be sad and you're not allowed to go through a tough time, you're not allowed to get depressed or have mental health issues, things like that. But that's just not how the world works. It's not how the world works, and I think we need to bring compassion back in 2026. That's what I'm calling for. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Get in my comments, like, subscribe, do the thing. Let's have a conversation. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.